Hi everyone, welcome back to the Movement Restoration Clinic YouTube channel. It's lovely to have you here today. My name's Beck and today I'm going to talk to you about our neutral spine. What's a neutral spine? What does that mean? And why do we need to know? Why is it important in our workouts? And which exercises do we need to think about it in the most? So our spines are obviously a very delicate part of our anatomy. There's nerves in there that go to all of our extremities, and obviously if there's any damage to those, then we have pain or we lose movement. So we want to protect our spinal cord by looking after our spine. Now our backs have a natural curve or an S shape to them. However, if this curve becomes exaggerated for postural reasons, it can limit and inhibit our movement in the gym. So let's have a look and see what neutral spine is and what are some of the ways that it can be not a neutral spine. So our neutral spine is a spine with a slight curve up here and coming into the opposite curve at the bottom. So it makes an S shape. A couple of the things that we often see is what we call a kyphosis and a lordosis. So lordosis is when the bottom sticks out, and kyphosis is when the upper back is rounded. Now both of these pose limitations in the gym and can also lead to tight or facilitated muscles or weak and lengthened muscles. Either of these situations leads to a lack of mobility or an incorrect movement pattern. So if you think you may have a lordosis or a kyphosis, it's a good idea to see an exercise professional, either myself, a personal trainer, a physiotherapist, or an exercise physiologist. And you can find one of those in your local area, or you can get in touch with me and I can do an online assessment for you. So what are the exercises that we really need to think about having a neutral spine in when we're in the gym? Well, one of those is a deadlift. So a deadlift is when we're lifting a heavy weight from the floor up with lengthened arms. It's a hip hinge exercise, so we are bending at the hip. Now, a couple of the errors that I see when people are deadlifting is their upper back comes over too much, or the pelvis tucks under and we bend the knees to come down. If you find you can't reach the floor or reach the weight, keeping that neutral spine, then you need to see someone about that and get some assistance. So we want to keep that neutral spine, and if we find we get to here and we start to have to bend to put the weight down, then we've reached the limit of our range and we need to reduce our range until we get stronger or we get more flexibility. So when we deadlift, nice long neutral spine all the way up and all the way down, or all the way down and all the way up. Okay, another time when we would use a neutral spine in a hip hinge position will be our rowing action. So we're going to pull the weight in. We're keeping that neutral spine the whole way through. We don't let the upper back curve out because this is not working how we want to. We want to keep that upper back nice and flat and strong throughout the movement. Now, the other place we might want to use a neutral spine is in a squat. So obviously your squat can have a different foot position. I'm just going to give you a nice medium sort of squat today. So not particularly wide, not particularly narrow. Just move that out of the way. So feet just wider than the hips. I'm going to turn side on. Just wanted you to see where my feet were, and making sure we're keeping that neutral spine as we come into our squat. Now, some of the things that we see in squats that create problems are the pelvis tucking under and the knees driving forward. This is dangerous for the knees. Or we see the huge lordosis and the chest coming forward and up. So when we come in here, there's a lot of pressure on those spinal joints. So we want that neutral spine sitting down. You can do this with the weight overhead and still keeping that neutral spine all the way up and all the way down. Now there are many other exercises in the gym that you would want to maintain a neutral spine through. However, that's a sample for today. I hope that's been helpful, and if there's anything I can help you with, please leave a comment down below and I'll be in touch. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.